All right, let's talk about what's going on right now. I'm not going to get into the politics of everything that's going on. That's not really what this channel is about. But one of the things that happens whenever some kind of world event happens, whether it's a war or it's a natural disaster or any kind of issue, people try to exploit the headlines. What I wanted to show you is a couple of sites that I go to kind of avoid these kinds of things, and gives you more information from a trusted source that you know is the right, that they're going to steer you the right way, because sometimes it gets very confusing. You don't know what to believe after a while. Twitter and social media is really not one of them. They're not good sources. One thing you got to do is look at the sources. Whenever people are saying stuff on Facebook or Twitter or even YouTube, like, you have to consider the source. If they're getting their sources from a large news organization, right, you've got to always do your own research with that. Critical thinking and critical reading, right? That means looking at the source. Consider the source. The source matters on where they're getting their information from. What you want to do is also look at multiple sources. Don't just go to one source. That's the main thing. Don't go to one source when you're looking at different kinds of phishing or cybersecurity attacks or new cyber threats that are exploiting things like the Russian-Ukraine event, or that's exploiting things like a disaster that hit, like an earthquake or something like that. People are always going to exploit these things, and I'm just going to give you a couple sources that I go to that will pinpoint some known vulnerabilities that you should know about. One of those is CISA.gov site. They have units that are very good at what they do, and they've earned their spot here on this site. Where do you get where can you get trusted information on the most current thing going on, like say with what's going on with malware that's exploiting the Ukraine and Russia situation? This site right here, they're just putting out alerts. They crank out alerts like crazy, right? And you want to go to a site like this. So this is telling you about what's going on right now, real time, with this attack. It's breaking down the IOCs on this thing, the threat vectors, how they're the best practices, how you can defend yourself, what it's attacking, all kinds of stuff. And this is specifically targeting Ukraine. This is great information. You'll see this site tied into FBI websites, DOD websites, Department of Homeland Security. All the different government organizations will use this site as a main resource. So that's why they have to get their information right. Another great source, one I use probably every day, is the cve.miter.org, and these are just CVEs. Like, I have to come back here often to look at different vulnerabilities that are in different organizations that I'll do assessments on. This is just one of the most magnificent, most comprehensive databases of threats that you're going to find on the internet. Another place you can go to if you don't trust government sites, and maybe you're not in the government, you happen to be, you're in the civilian world, you can go to SANS. But this is a really great site, but it's talking about different attacks that are happening, cybercrime all over the world, really. So this is a really good site for good news.